right, boys and girls, we are going to start our unit on main idea. We're kind of in the review mode. So we have a book here called Far Above Earth. And so I want to show us a different strategy on how to find the main idea. But we're really going to be calling it the topic, details, and then response. So this book is called Far Above Earth, A Day on the Space Station. Now this is nonfiction, so you're going to be learning some different information about the space station. As we turn the page, you'll notice that we have our table of contents, which are our text features. You will see the different chapters that they have and also a glossary to look up those bolded words. So first thing I want to do is I want to get started by looking at living in space. So if you'll notice, the title or the heading of this page is called Living in Space. And it's got a nice little diagram here, or labeled picture. And it says a space station is a place that floats far above Earth, and it is an amazing home for astronauts. Here, some lucky astronauts sleep, eat, work, and play on the space station for months, but living in space is very different from living on Earth. And then it has a did you know, it has a little insert over here. Only about 6 astronauts can live on the space station at one time. So I want to take this page and I want to show you what I did when looking at main idea, and I have an example underneath here. Okay, so I took living in space, which is going to be my topic. And your heading always gives you an idea of what the main idea or the central idea is going to be. So living in space. Well, as we read on this first page, a space station is a place that floats far above Earth, and it is an amazing home for astronauts. The topic is living in space and how it's a home for astronauts. So I'm going to put my topic here. This is what the main topic is going to be, what the story is going to be about. Then on this next one, it's called details. So this is where we're going to pick out our details that are going to support our main idea. Now, if our main idea or our central idea is living in space and how it's a home for astronauts, then our details have to support that they're living in space and how it's a home. So when we look back at our book, when I was looking at this page, I noticed over here it says how they sleep, eat, work, and play. So that's one way to support my topic of them being living in space and being a home for astronauts. I also detail that you can also notice is how it is different from living on Earth. That again is a detail that supports being a home for astronaut. So here is my chart that I completed earlier. It says topic, living in space, amazing home for astronauts. There's our central idea. Your details to support, sleep on a space station, and that's what it says. Then it says eat, sleep, work, play on the space station. So that supports that that's their home. So these are things that you do in your homes. It's things that they're going to do in their home in space. And then also another detail is different than living on Earth, and it supports their essential idea. Now the next part of this chart is response. So response is what you are thinking or connections that you make as you're reading the book. Well, as I was thinking, as I was reading Living in Space, my first thought was I think it would be hard to eat in space. So when it said over here, here's some lucky astronauts sleep, eat, work, and play, my first thought went, man, that'd be really hard to eat. And then I had a good connection. I watched a show on how they zip up in bean bags to sleep. Would it be a bean bag? No, it'd be a sleeping bag. Hold on. Let me fix that. Okay. So I watched a show on how they zip up in sleeping bags to sleep. So I remember watching on TV a few years ago, and I watched how this lady astronaut, how she showed us her room and how she would zip up in it to sleep. And so this was kind of my connection. This is kind of my thought that I was thinking. Now we are going to do this together on the next page, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of this is our topic. Now think of your topic as your central idea, what it is mainly about, what it is centered around, details to support it. Now these all have to support your topic. And then these are your connections and responses. Now, on the next video, we're going to do a page together, and that way we're going to get started on it, and in the next couple of days, you're going to add to it independently.